Hey guys, so 2023 is finally here with some people willing to change their lives for the best by taking some New Year resolutions, such as going to the gym and living life to the fullest. I thought it'd help some people whose resolutions are based on Rocket League. Now, some resolutions that have a better mentality or a mindset as a goal do help, but in a game that is complex such as Rocket League, it can only take you so far. Which is why I have come up with 5 drills and habits that are guaranteed to make you improve in Rocket League if you apply them in the long term. This video is sort of a spiritual successor to one of my previous videos where I talked about how I got to Grand Champion thanks to 3 tips that I applied often. With my point of view having changed on some aspects of the game, this video can be considered as an updated version of how you can get to Grand Champion or even maybe Supersonic Legend, although I cannot guarantee it since I have never been to Supersonic Legend. However, that does not stop me from helping people get to Grand Champion and improve as players by sharing my knowledge and perspective. With that being said, let's get right into it. A mistake that most players do without even realizing is that they tend to spend more time in matches than in training. The main reason why you should spend more time in sections such as free play, training packs, and workshop is that in all of these sections, there is only you and the ball. So therefore, you have all the time in the world to study how the ball bounces some parts of the field, work on your weaknesses in your gameplay, and any other essential things that you would normally have less time to experience when in a match. You should spend at least 50 to 60% of your time in training so that you can work on yourself without anyone being in your way. For example, if you plan to hop on Rocket League for 2 hours, you should spend a total of 60 to 72 minutes doing either free play, training packs, or workshop before you can hop into some matches. The more time you spend in training in order to focus on your flaws, the better. Consistency is key, and by exposing yourself to it for a long period of time, you will get consistent and you will rank up naturally. Some people say that you are your own worst enemy. In Rocket League, this saying is true because everyone goes through times where they think their losses are in majority or entirely because of their teammates, when in reality, it was in somewhere their fault as well. It's just that they don't see it because their own ego is preventing them from seeing their own mistakes from their own perspective. So they think that if they had better teammates or if they weren't stuck with a duo queue in their team that they would win. Like I said, everyone is guilty of that bad habit, myself included. The best way to turn it around and face your mistakes is to watch your replays. Start by watching from your own perspective. Then, switch to the perspective of either a teammate or opponent. You can also choose to have a bird's eye view in order to see what's going on in the entire field. As long as you are watching yourself from the point of view of someone else, your mistakes will be clear as day. That way, you will be able to note them down and think of solutions to fix those mistakes. Which brings me to my next drill. I understand that not everyone likes wands, but if you want to improve in Rocket League, you absolutely have to play wands as it is the best game mode to improve in. Every single aspect of your gameplay is put to the test, and every time you get scored on is your fault and yours alone. Every single mistake you make in wands, you also make them in every other game mode. In wands, there is no teammate to blame or here to back you up. It's just you, the ball, and your opponent. Many professional players have a background of originally playing a lot of wands in their early days. So if you're someone who wants to make a name for himself in Rocket League, wands is the place to go to. If you truly hate wands with a burning passion, you can always play twos. Nobody's forcing you to play wands all day. Except that you would have less pressure, less time to practice every aspect of your gameplay, and someone to blame in case you lose. Which is why wands is preferable when it comes to improvement. Alright, I did say in the past that mechanics weren't necessary in order to rank up in one of my previous videos, but recently, I have seen time and time again as to why it is important to master at least one mechanic, whether it is flashy or not. So, I have decided to implement a section of my training routine where I would either practice doing flip resets or focus on my directional air roll for aerial control. There are many advantages that come with practicing mechanics, such as making the game entertaining in case you are bored, make some clips that you can show to your friends, and of course, improving the fundamentals that are necessary for the mechanic that you are interested in mastering. While you do somewhat improving the fundamentals that are associated with the mechanic in question, I still suggest that you work on those fundamentals first before practicing the mechanic. At some point, you're gonna have to know how to pull off at least one mechanic or two if you wish to have an easier time in your ranked journey. It's just the hard reality of Rocket League. Having a training routine is one of the best habits you can ever have in Rocket League. However, doing the same training routine can cause more harm than good, as it will only get you prepared for some situations when for optimal results, it is best to be prepared for everything, especially if you're someone who mainly plays ones. So, have a training routine for up to a week, then change it up a bit. For example, I can have a training routine where I work on my shooting, boost management, and aerial car control for 1 week. Then during the next week, I could work on my defense, my favorite mechanic, and recoveries. Another thing to note is that you should spend an equal amount of time on every part of your training routine. Let's say 20 to 30 minutes per step in your training routine. In short, diversity, time, and effort are the 3 keys to a good training routine. With all of these tips, you should be able to make your ranked sessions easier for yourself, especially if you are someone who focuses on improvement rather than rank, as it means pretty much nothing. You could play better than you did yesterday and somehow end up going back down 1 rank, or you could play in a way that you aren't really at your best and somehow be on Division 4 of your current rank, on the verge to move on to the next rank. Like I said earlier, you will rank up naturally as you improve. It obviously comes with the time and effort that you put in. Rocket League is a game where commitment is absolutely necessary in order to be at your best. So therefore, you will have to commit to yourself to improvement in order to get the best results. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, make sure to leave a like, comment, and most importantly subscribe, as it means a lot to me. Also make sure to turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. My name is Kether, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.